be doing a video on how to determine what curve kit to put into your MSD Pro Billet distributor. When you buy an MSD Pro Billet distributor, they usually come from the factory with a 25-degree blue bushing that's in it, the centrifugal advance. It's called the advanced stop bushing, and it's a 25-degree bushing, and they come with the heavy-duty silver springs, and it's not fully advanced to like 45 to 5,000 RPM is when you get the total advance in, which on a race engine like we have here, you want a much initial timing as possible without getting your starter excessive starter load like the rrr. So you can change that bushing out, which I'll kind of go over it with you guys to show you which curve kit to pick, what a curve kit does, what the advanced bushing does, and then we'll take the distributor out of the engine and we'll actually do the work to it. And while we're at it, we're also going to be doing a jet change on the 850 Ultra XP. Like I said, at 131 we were creeping up on the tune, which I told you guys in the last video. I still believe we can do a jet change and step it up a couple jet sizes and continue to work on that tune when we go to Ubley. But I want to get this stuff complete before I get the car up in the air and get the drive shaft out. So we're going to work on that today. I might not get the drive shaft out because we might be taking it to Dave's Collision here. Today is Saturday, Father's Day is tomorrow, which happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Hope you guys have a great Sunday, great Father's Day. But he said maybe sometime next week. We actually stopped over and seen him last week on our way back from finishing up Mr. Bill's 69 Chevelle. So I'm going to flip the camera around kind of and then go over what curve kit we're going to go with and kind of go over the information with you guys so you guys can kind of understand it. I'm going to pull up the website from MSD, that way you guys can visually see it instead of me just trying to explain to it how everything works. We can kind of go over the chart together, and I'll do my best to let you guys understand how they work. So, all right, guys. And like I said, guys, we stopped over at Dave's Collision and bullshitted with Dave for a little bit last week, and he ended up hooking us up with a set of front runners that came off of his GTO. These are Hoosier 26s, I do believe. Yeah, 26 750 by 15s. So that'll be kind of nice to be able to put them on the Blazer. He just said if I want them, take them, because the ones that we do have back there on the drag lights is just like a Volkswagen tire. But then we also got this brand new Holley HP 125-10 inlet from the fuel. This is coming out of the fuel cell, and then it goes to a -8. So one more part for the old Blazer. We're getting close. We're starting to get parts, Like I said before, we get parts when they come along, and so as you guys know, that Jason installed the fuel cell, mounted it into the back there. So now we got a pump. That's only -6 line, so that ain't gonna work. But yeah, see, here's that paint job, how it turned out when it dried on the Blazer, guys. Trying to get the right angle here. You can see maybe a little bit of brush stroke in it, but I'm happy. I think it's money. All right, let me get set up and we'll go over this curve kit. All right, guys, when you get a curve kit from MSD, when you buy your MSD Pro Billet distributor, it'll come with 3 sets of springs. It has the heavy duty ones, which are in the distributor. They're the real heavy stiff silver. Then you got a light silver. Then you have a medium blue. And then your advanced bushings go from red to black, which red's the smallest, and it goes up in degrees of timing depending on which one you put in. but we pulled up the website, and here it tells you, tips on selecting an advanced curve. Use as much initial advance as possible without encountering excessive starter load. The starting point of the centrifugal advance curve is controlled by the length and tension of the spring. And you want to start the centrifugal advance just above the idle RPM. And how quickly the centrifugal advance slope comes in is controlled by the stiffness, the spring stiffness. The stiffer the spring, the slower the rate of the curve. The amount of advance is controlled by the advance bushing. The bigger the bushing, the smaller the amount of advance. So basically, that's got the blue bushing in there, which is a 25 degree. I want to go with a 18 degree bushing, which is going to be this black bushing. So I'll be able to get 18 degrees of initial timing at idle. And then it'll only let the curve come in. The centrifugal advance will come in, and it'll only allow another 18 degrees. So 18 and 18, that's 36 degrees. Now, how you control how fast it comes in, that's where your springs come in. And we'll scroll down here and kind of go over that. It tells you here, 2 heavy silver is the slowest rate, which is what comes in your distributor from the factory. Then you can mix and match. You can go 1 heavy silver, 1 white light blue for figure B, or 1 heavy silver, 1 light silver for figure C. And they're going from slowest to fastest. I'm naming these off. And then 2 light blue is D, 1 light silver and 1 light blue is E. And then the 2 light silver, which is it comes in the fastest, would be F. And as we scroll down here, here's your charts of your distributor, of your advance. So let's say we're going to go with E because I want the black bushing and I want it to come in. I'm going to put 1 light silver spring and 1 light blue spring in there. And as you can see there, you got the black. You see black, and then you got your dotted line. You follow that over, and that's going to be your 18 degree bushing, and then it's going to come in at about 2100 RPM. So, we idle at 1,000. We got a 4500 converter in it, so it flashes pretty good. We could actually even, the F, this is right off idle. You see the black bushing there. You follow it over, and that's probably about 1700 RPM. That's the fastest rate it comes in. So, we could go with either or, but I think the E is what I'm going to try first. They make, like I said, it told you the springs, the chart I showed you before. I'll show you the heaviest one. This is what comes in there, the 2 heavy springs, and it comes with the blue bushing. So you see the blue there, and you follow that line over. So it's not fully advanced until 4,000 RPM with the 2 heavy springs and the blue advanced bushing. So yeah, we don't want that. And as you guys know, I got that distributor with the big block from Ken, and I never did check the curve on it. And I noticed the springs were, so I imagine that, he bought it brand new, and so he probably never changed the curve on it. So, and so I'm going to put the black bushing, 1 light silver, and 1 light blue. And that'll give us 18 degrees of initial timing at idle. It'll come in about 2100, fully advanced. The advance is fully advanced by 2100 RPM. So that's awesome. You ain't got to sit there and rev the shit out of your engine until 4,000 to get your total advance. You got your initial timing, which is your idle timing, and you got total timing, which is your total all in at whatever RPM. So what we're going to do, the setup that we're going to use, we're going to have it all in by 2100 RPM and only 18 degrees. Oh, where does it say that here? Because right here it tells you the red, the smallest, is 28 degrees of your bushing size. Your silver is going to be 25. Your green is 23. Blue, which comes factory, 21 degrees. Purple is 19. And black is 18. So, like I said, that's how you get your colors on that. You determine, that kind of goes through and tells you how to change it. But I'm going to actually go through and show you physically how to do that. And, you know, when you lock your distributor out, you don't have to worry about doing none of that. You lose all the weights, you lose all the springs, you lose all the bushings. But I still drive this on the street, so I don't want to totally lock it out. So by using the biggest bushing and one of the lightest springs and the next medium spring up from that, that's the closest to getting locked out as that we can get. And still, like I said, we can still play with the springs and the rates, and you know, there's a lot of stuff to do that on that MSD that can improve performance. But I've done it in the past on that HEI Pro Billet and on my other race cars in the past, so I kind of know how to set them up. And depending on what converter, how fast your car reacts, you know, I mean, if it, you know, snappy, or if it's, you know, if it revs slow. But, you know, ours revs pretty fast with that solid roller. We got a nice converter in it, so we'll be money on that too. So I'm gonna get everything, the carb off there, and see if we can get that distributor pulled, and we'll bring you guys right back. Hang with us. Alright, as you guys can see, I got the distributor out. I also got the carb off, which you guys seen me mess with carburetor, so I'm not going to video that part of doing the jet change. But you guys, you can see I already got one of the blue springs on. I'm getting ready to put my silver, and then as you guys can see right here, you take that nut and that little spacer off in there, and that's where your advanced bushing goes. So first thing we're going to do here, I'm going to spin this over and get my light spring on there. And you guys can see too on these springs, you see how it's wound? See, let me focus there. It comes out at the top. And if you flip it over, it'll be at the bottom, and it'll sit. You got to have it to where it comes off the top of the winding. Make sure it's locked in there good. As you guys can see, one blue, one light. That's going to give us 21. It'll all be in by 2100. So we're going to take our, get our bushing out of there now. And this is a nylock, so they won't come loose. This is an 8mm. I do believe. Yes, 8mm. So you don't lose that. Let me get my magnet. It's always nice if you guys can use a magnet too, because sometimes they can be a little bit of a bear to get in and out of here. There's my washer. She's a little rusty. Let me switch you guys around and I'll show you. The paint's gone off of here. Well, let me show you the difference in the size. Hang on one sec. Like I said, the paint's off it, but you guys can see the difference in the bushing. I even noticed on here. Now look at the rust on these nylocks here for the. So you can tell this distributor sat around for a little bit in the garage in the moisture. But yeah, we're gonna go from that blue 25 degree bushing to the 18. So let me get you back on the stand and we'll get her put in there. You guys can see there's the stud. Flip it over here. Can't really hold it, stick it in there, but let me get it in there and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, we got her in there. I want to show you. Look at that, the nut where the bushing is. See if I can get a. That's all the advance that this distributor's got now. 18 degrees of advance. So like I said earlier, that means I can set my initial timing, my idle timing at 18 degrees, and that total timing, which will all be in by 2100 using the blue spring and the light silver, it'll all be in total timing 36 degrees by 2100. That's giving me the 18 degrees on the stop advance bushing, and then 18 degrees of initial timing. So I'm going to set my distributor at 18 degrees on the harmonic balance at idle, and then we rev it up to 2100. It's going to bring it all in by 2100. So easy peasy. Like I said, if you guys ever wanted to go to MSD Pro Billet, like the specs you bring up on MSD Pro Billet Distributor, type in the part number of what distributor you have, and then go to specs, and it'll bring up a page. You just click on that MSD page and it brings up all the the curves, what curves do what for what bushing, what springs, what rate they come in, what RPM they come in. So it's kind of cool. But like I said, I've been doing this for a while, and like I said, if the car ain't happy with it, I can always go back, put a smaller bushing in it, start going backwards until it's happy. But I think it should be happy. This is the closest that we can get. Well, we can actually go, we can change this spring out here to the other light silver, and that would bring everything in by 1600. So we're at 2100 now. So I mean, if we put that silver spring on there, that is the closest we can get with the bushing and the lightest springs to being locked out. And a lot of people, they swear by locking out their distributors. Even Billet, SR, the old man's garage, street racing channel there, he swears by it. Even street driven vehicles, he locks all the distributors out. I don't. I mean, different strokes for different folks. If it works for him, awesome. But you want a little bit of advance, I believe, for the street, cruising around that part throttle a little bit, so but anyways, guys, that's probably going to wrap this video up. I'm going to get the distributor put back in, which let's just reverse the process of what I did. You guys don't need to see that. And I'm going to work on getting the jetting, putting this Ultra XP 850, get it back together, and we'll move on to the next project. Obviously, I can't take it out for a test drive today. The wife's gone to work, and as you guys can see, I got my camper here. We actually, I just bring it up and start getting it ready for 4th of July weekend, and noticed my bathroom floor was soft. So this morning, sorry about the glare, guys. This morning, I cut all the old floor out, and I cut me a new bathroom floor. As you can see, it's trashed in here, but I got a fan back there drying it. The moisture from the hot, the cold, it got underneath the linoleum is what happened. It lifted the linoleum and made the the floor wet and a little punky. This has got one of them, it's called a laminate floor with styrofoam in it. So I'm just going to overlay it with 3/4 inch plywood, not OSB, plywood, and we'll be good to go. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. As usual, guys, I really appreciate everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. All right, bye-bye.